Good morning, students. Welcome to online learning class. Before we start, next, let's recall what we have learned in previous class. We learned about the life of the early man was different from the life of the modern man. The early man lived thousands of years ago. In those days, there were very few men. They did not have houses to live in. They lived in forest. They did not live at one place. They wandered here and there like wild animals. The early man had to face many difficulties. He found it difficult to protect himself from wild animals. He was not so strong as the wild animals. He could not run so fast as animals. The early man had another difficulty. He did not know how to grow food. He lived on roots and fruits only. Sometimes he killed wild animals and ate their flesh. Slowly he learned to make simple tools of stone. Sometimes the early man saw a spark when he broke a stone to make his tools. The early man learned that fire could be made by striking two stones together. It was an important step in the life of the early man. He had learned how to make and use fire. He had intelligence, and using this intelligence, he understood the things around him and made much progress. Out of the millions and millions of people in the world, there are only few who become great. They may be rules, religious leaders, social workers, scientists, or others who improve the life of the people by their teaching or work. They always live in our memories. They sacrificed their lives for the sake of their great ideas. Their ideas helped not only their own country but also the whole world. Such men can never die. Here we shall learn about a few of these great men. Socrates, 470 to 399 BC. Socrates lived in Greece about 2400 years ago. He was a great philosopher and teacher. His main teachings were be frank and fearless. Don't accept anything blindly. Don't believe in superstitions. Believe in nothing but the truth. To know the truth, apply your mind and think critically. Socrates knew all the famous men of his time, but he had no desire to be famous himself. He only wanted to show people how to live wisely and happily. He wanted to tell them that wisdom and honesty are more important than riches or fame. His guiding principle was know yourself. The young men of his time were eager to learn from him. Socrates did not write down his teachings in any book. He only talked with young men wherever he met them. He would set them to think about what is good in life. He would ask them to give their opinion on a subject. Often he found that people had no good reason for their opinion. Then he would ask them some questions. Thus, through questions, answer, and reasoning, they all tried to find the true answer. Socrates called it is the only way to reach the truth. People called Socrates the wisest man in Greece, but Socrates felt astonished at this. He said that he asked a question because he himself did not know their true answers. He talked to many men who were known to be wise, but he discovered that they only pretended to be wise. Socrates made many enemies because he challenged what they thought and said. Some of them brought him to trial in court. They accused him of being disrespectful to the gods. They also said that he was misguiding the youth with his wrong ideas. The judges asked Socrates to stop his teachings, but Socrates would not promise to do so. He said that he had done only what was good for people. This made the judge angry. Socrates was condemned to die by drinking poison. Socrates drank the poison very calmly. While he was waiting for the poison to take effect, he kept talking to his followers. He talked about the life after death. Socrates had a large number of followers. The most important of this was Plato. He put down the teachings of Socrates in the form of a book called Dialogues. See, children, Socrates was born in 470 BCE in Athens, Greece. His father was Sapronicus, a sculptor and stonemason from Athens, and his mother was a midwife by the name of Phanerate. Socrates' original profession was masonry and sculpting before becoming a philosopher. On a day in 399 BC, Socrates went to trial. Now, why would anyone want to send an old man to court? Three answer is that Socrates was accused by refusing to recognize the God recognized by the state and of corrupting the youth. Also, if Socrates was convicted, he would be sentenced the death penalty. The suicide of Socrates 399 BC. The trial took place in the heart of the city with a jury of 500 that sat on. Socrates was a philosopher who taught many young minds. Socrates even taught Plato, another great philosopher. This great philosopher lived in the 5th century BC. Socrates was wrongly accused and sentenced to death, but his knowledge lives on. Socrates was born around 470 BC. Socrates was born into a poor family. Socrates was born in a village on the side of Mount Lycabettus. His father was a sculptor who was excellent at his job. When he was old enough, his father taught him how to sculpture, but his creations always came out less than acceptable in the eyes of the clients. His mother was a midwife. She helped deliver a lot of the children in Athens. In Athens, it was common for young men like Socrates to have an elementary level. At the age of 50, he married a woman and had 3 sons. While Socrates was teaching, he would ask very hard questions like, "What is wisdom?" Obviously, none of the students could answer, but most of them thought that they were right. Socrates came out and said, "I have yet to find the answer. If there is one, his greatest achievement was his method of questioning." Among all of his teachings and quotes, he never wrote about his own life. This is the reason why so little is known about him. Any sources found today have been written by second-hand sources, such as Plato. Socrates was admired by many who understood his ideas. This showed that he was a good man in the eyes of Athenians. Influential, Socrates was a very strong-minded man that he stood by all his belief and his quotes. Socrates anticipates that the best way for people to reside in their surroundings was to focus on self-development of the mind, then to think about the recreation of wealth. The philosopher Socrates was a very influential man that he influenced the young to believe in his practices and beliefs. That's all for today. Thank you, students.